Welcome back, my anime fans, and today I'm going to discuss Dragon Ball Z's iconic ending. So, Dragon Ball Z's ending is pretty iconic. It's a time jump to a peaceful future where Goku meets Oob, which is the reincarnation of Kid Buu, and this is setting the stage for a new adventure. But with the introduction of Dragon Ball Super, this ending has become, let's just say, complicated. Let's talk about why placing the Dragon Ball Z ending years after Dragon Ball Super might just be kind of a big mistake. Dragon Ball Z's final episodes left us with a sense of closure. After all the intense battles and losses, Z fighters finally got a moment of peace. Goku training Oob was kind of a symbolic passing of the torch to the next generation. And then let's enter Dragon Ball Super, which is set in the years before this ending. And this basically just kind of made the transition feel awkward and frankly kind of out of place. Let's start with the character development. In Super, we've seen Goku and Vegeta reach new heights of power. Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan, or let's just go Super Saiyan Blue, Ultra Instinct, and in the manga, Ultra Ego. Vegeta's character has deepened and the bonds between the Z fighters have grown stronger really than ever. Super added so much complexity to these characters, and yet when we jump to the end of Z, none of this development seems to matter. Think about it. Goku, after mastering Ultra Instinct, suddenly goes back to regular training with Oob. It feels like a downgrade. The Goku we see at the end of Z doesn't reflect the massive growth and power-ups he's achieved in Super. It's as if those battles with Beerus, Jiren, and Broly never happened. The continuity just doesn't add up. And it's not just Goku. Vegeta's journey in Super, especially his promise to never let Goku surpass him, is a huge part of his character. By the end of Super, Vegeta's motivation and growth are central to the story. But then let's jump to the end of Z, and it's like none of that ever happened. He's back to being the proud warrior, but without the rich backstory we basically got in Super. Let's not forget the relationships. Dragon Ball Super has given us so much more time with Gohan, Piccolo, Bulma, and the rest of the crew. We've seen them grow, change, and become more central to the story. But the end of Z, it's like the characters get put on the back burner. The time skip doesn't acknowledge the bonds and dynamics we've come to love in Super. And what about the story possibilities? Dragon Ball Super has opened up the multiverse, introduced new gods, and expanded the lore in ways we never imagined. But the Z ending, it feels like a step back. The universe is so much bigger now, but the story focuses on a small, almost insignificant part of it. Oob's potential is huge, but the context of Super makes this ending feel like a missed opportunity to explore something greater. So what's the solution? Ideally, Dragon Ball Z's ending should have been reimagined to fit the larger, more expansive world that Super basically created. Or, I think a better way is let's just see Oob and the other characters develop in a post-Super timeline, where their growth can reflect everything that's happened. In the end, while we all love the nostalgia of Dragon Ball Z's conclusion, Super has changed it a little. The time skip no longer fits, and trying to force it into the continuity just creates more confusion and sometimes some frustration for me, and I'm sure some other fans. Dragon Ball Z deserves an ending that basically reflects the journey these characters have been on. An ending that builds on everything we've seen, not one that feels kind of out of sync with it. Now I understand, obviously Z was created so much prior to Super, but I just think maybe they could enhance it a little. What do you guys think? Should Dragon Ball Z's ending should be reworked or maybe expanded on, or do you prefer it as it is? Let's discuss in the comments below. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any more deep dives into the Dragon Ball universe.